Hey guys, Serena Starlight Witch here. So today I am making another video. You know what? I'm going to start calling these videos stir the pot videos. Because that's basically what I'm doing. I'm stirring the pot without meaning to. And it is 11:11 as I start this video. So if that's not a sign, I don't know what is. So, again, I saw something on TikTok that irritated me. And I tried to forget about it, but again, my spirits came through and they wanted me to talk about this. And you know, I meditated on it and I realized what my spirit showed me is that not only am I meant to do readings, tarot, healings, that is my destiny, but they showed me that I am also destined to expose scammers, because there's a lot of misconceptions, there's a lot of scammers, there's a lot of lies about spiritual work, witchcraft, tarot, that sort of thing. And they showed me that part of my destiny is to help clear this up, to help people learn the truth, to help people learn and understand real witchcraft, how magic works, what it can do and cannot do, that sort of thing. Because there's a lot of fakes out there who are causing confusion. And part of my destiny, from what my spirit showed me, is to clear that up, to get the truth out there, to get the real information out there, to expose the scammers. And you know, it's not something that I want to do, because I don't want enemies, I don't want haters, I don't want to stir the pot. But my spirit showed me that unfortunately it's part of my destiny to, basically, I'm meant to be someone who teaches the real stuff and exposes the fake stuff. And they're always wanting me to stir the pot. That's what I'm going to start calling these videos, stir the pot videos. So every time I see something that's fake, and I'm like, people are so confused because they're falling for this stuff. They're getting confused. I see why so many people don't understand how magic works, because of the fakes out there. And my spirits wanted me to clear that up. So I saw a thing that's going around on TikTok, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna stay out of it. Of course my spirits are like, no you're not, you're gonna talk about this. And I told my spirits, people are not even watching my videos, what's the point? And they explained to me that people will watch my videos in the future, so there is a point. No matter how many excuses I try to make, my spirits won't let me have excuses. And I don't know how to talk about this without stirring the pot, basically. So I saw something on TikTok that's going around on Witch Talk. So there's like, I don't know if it's just one practitioner, or I think it's like, I don't know. I think it's one practitioner, or maybe it's like two practitioners. I think it's two practitioners, I don't know. But they did like a hexing where they hex like over 300 people, like your ex and stuff like that. I believe they did it for free. Yeah, I believe they did it for free. So, and you know, of course, these people had thousands of views, thousands of comments, thousands of followers. And all these people are like commenting, and they're happy, they're emotional because they feel like they got justice. I'm just like, these poor, vulnerable people. It's so sad, it's so heartbreaking. Because no, you didn't get justice. How do I talk about this without stirring the pot? So, you cannot hex or curse hundreds of people at one time. This is not possible. It is not possible. A real practitioner would know this. I thought about it. I'm like, well, maybe they sent at least a little bit of bad luck. But with that many people you're cursing at one time, there's not enough energy to even send a little bit of bad luck. So I'm like, they did nothing. This was just for views and comments and followers. Even if they did it for free. Guys, I don't even know how to talk about this. I've said it time and time again. It takes me one day just to do one spell. Unless it's something simple like a cord cutting, but most of my rituals take a day, 2-3 days. Curses and hexes, they take an insane amount of anger. You know what makes a hex or a curse work? Rage. Anger. That's what makes a hex or a curse work. A person trying to hex and curse 300 people at one time, that's not going to work. That person, even if they do have anger and rage, they're not going to have enough to feel over 300 curses. It takes an insane amount of energy to do hexes and curses. An insane amount of anger and rage. And you got to be careful how you do it. You got to control your anger and your rage. Can't be sloppy. And I'm like, did these people even use protection? Did they protect themselves before they did these hexes and curses? Did they protect their family, their loved ones, their home? Or did they just slap some shit together? I don't know. It's really mind-boggling to me. I'm like, people really believe that this shit is real. This is impossible, guys. It is impossible. Okay, I don't even like doing 2 spells at once, let alone doing 2 spells for 2 different people. Energy is a complicated thing. You have to be able to focus on one person, on one spell, direct that energy, put all your energy into that spell, and then go to the next person. You cannot direct energy into 300 hexes for it to work. That energy is going to get confused, sloppy. It's not going to know what to do. I don't even think there's any energy in this. I mean, it can't be. And of course, their hexes look like something a toddler put together. I just wanted to make this video because so many people was happy about this because, they, entered to have that hex done. I guess these people did it for free, and then you can enter to get a spot, like hexing your ex or whatever is what they're doing. Hexing, like, mostly men who did bad things, but probably some women too. But even if it was free, these people, the victims, think they got justice, and they're so emotional, so happy in the comments. I'm just like, honey, no, this ain't shit. This does not work. You cannot, I don't even believe you can hex 2 people at once. It takes an insane amount of energy, rage, effort to do one hex. And let me tell you this, sometimes to make a real impact on the target's life, you have to do multiple hexes. Sometimes one is enough. But sometimes you're going to need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sometimes you're going to have to be cursing them, hexing them for months for it to really take effect. You gotta be like a patient lion when it comes to hexes and curses. If you're a really powerful practitioner, you really know your stuff, sometimes you can send some pretty gnarly things with one hex, with one curse. But people, my point is, you cannot hex hundreds of people at one time. It is not possible. Hexes, some really nasty hexes require some really nasty things. You gotta put your anger in that. You gotta put your rage into that. You gotta have layers and layers and layers of protection. And really, you should be doing, if you're a practitioner doing hexes and curses for other people, you should be doing protection rituals for the victim, for your client as well. For the person who you're doing it for the person who was hurt. You can't just slap some shit together, light some candles on some trays, and call it a day. Hundreds of people. The amount of karma, even if it didn't do anything, the spirits see everything. The universe sees everything. That's not going to give you a good reputation in the spirit world. The spirits are going to look at people like that like they're dumb as hell. Like, what are you doing? You're putting yourself at risk. You're risking the victim's safety. You're not even doing it right. Really, I think it was just for some views, honestly. They're trying to get views, some, interaction on their social media, on their TikTok. But guys, I want to make this video because it's heartbreaking that so many people fall for this. All these emotionally hurt people thinking they got justice. Honey, no, you didn't. Not through that anyways. Not through that crap hexing group ritual, I guess this person did. To really, really attack someone is going to require a lot of ingredients, sometimes very expensive ingredients, very nasty ingredients. I work with spirits. I'm not going to do no hex, no curse without the help of a spirit. It's hard enough doing it without the help of a spirit. If I hex or curse someone, I'm going to go hardcore. And I prefer to do healing and love work than hexes and curses, because there's so much negativity as it is. We don't need more of it in the world. That's why I doubt I will ever offer hexes and curses as a service. And if I ever did, I would charge a fortune for it, because it would take a hell of a lot to wreak havoc upon someone's life. You know, it's not easy. It's not easy, guys. It's not as simple as lighting one black candle. It's not as simple as throwing some black pepper on a black candle or chili flakes. You know, people who are weak, really, really weak, like, you know, let's say someone who has an addiction problem, mental illness, they're going to be easier to attack. Sometimes it may only take one hex to really affect someone, because your aura protects you. The stronger your aura is, the stronger the aura of the person that you're trying to attack, the harder it is going to be for the hex to stick. Now, someone who has, you know, they're not a good person, they don't have spiritual hygiene, they're weak-minded, they have addictions, their energy field, their aura is going to be weaker, and it's going to be easier to make something stick to them. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. I'm going to have to make a whole video about hexes and curses in itself. But my point is, guys, it's not as simple as you think it is to hex someone. You're trying to get revenge. You're trying to make someone suffer. You really think it's going to be that easy? A lot of the times it's not. A lot of the times you're going to need a spirit's help. In my experience, it's harder to do it without the help of a spiritual being. Now, if you have the help of a spirit, that spirit will go to that person and basically wreak havoc. But without, you know, the help of a spirit, you're just relying on energy alone. And sometimes, you know, it depends on how protected, how strong that person is. Sometimes it won't work. A lot of the times it will take multiple spells. My point is that it's not that easy. And you cannot, I don't even believe you can curse two people at once. I don't see how that's possible. Maybe someone who's super freaking powerful can do it. I mean, how can you focus on two different targets at once? How can you manipulate? It's not possible. It is not possible. It's just not possible. You have to focus on one target at a time and then go to another target. A lot of it, you know, it's energy manipulation. How can you focus and direct and manipulate energy towards more than one person at a time? I couldn't do that. You can't just light a black candle or just put some people in a nasty jar. It takes more than that. It takes more than that. And like I said, depending on how strong the target is, depending on their spiritual hygiene, their protection, it may take one spell or it may take months or years of doing hexes on them. But you have to consider the, you know, the karma as well. Like, I don't know of any practitioner who has done hundreds of curses. I'm like, why are you gonna? And I'm pretty sure they didn't do any protection work for the people who came to them for help for this working. So I'm not going to hex or curse someone unless they're really evil, unless they hurt me or someone that I love. I don't want to stock up on karma. And plus, I don't really want to put negative energy out there either, because there's enough negative energy as it is. So you shouldn't be doing this unless it is 1,000% justified. You shouldn't be doing it for free. You should have layers of protection up. You should have protection done for the person who came to you for help. I'm trying to be careful what I say, because like I said, I don't want hate, I don't want to stir the pot. But guys, just know this isn't possible. What these people did had no effect, because it's just simply not how this works. It does not work that way. It just doesn't. So, if you want justice and the legal system couldn't help you, or whatever, you're going to have to go to someone who knows what they're doing. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to be paying a pretty penny. Hexes and curses are not easy. They're very difficult. The practitioner puts herself at risk, and I don't want to say, I don't necessarily believe in karma, but energy does come back to you. The universe kind of has to balance things out. Every action has a reaction. So that energy that practitioner put out will probably come back to them eventually. So that practitioner is basically, taking up the karma for you. They put their self at risk. They're putting their loved ones at risk. The ingredients are very costly and nasty. Some of the ingredients are not easy to get. And if you work with spirits, if they work with spirits, you got to consider the offerings. And like I said, in order to really make it stick to the target, you're probably going to need more than one casting. It all depends. So if you really, really, really want a hex or a curse done on someone who hurt you, you're going to have to go to a real practitioner, and you're looking at paying hundreds or even thousands. I personally, truthfully, honestly, I wouldn't hex or curse anyone for less than $2,000. That is a lot of money, but there are practitioners who charge way more than that. A hex or a curse should not be cheap. If it is cheap or free, that is a very, very, very big red flag. Run like the wind. If someone is offering a free hex or curse, or a hex or curse that's cheap, less than 500, less than 1,000, run like the wind. That is a red flag. And before a practitioner does a hex or a curse for you, they should offer a consultation first. They got to know your situation. They got to know their target. They got to know what they're dealing with in order to do this effectively. So I doubt I will ever offer hexes and curses as a service. I really don't think I ever will, unless Spirit wants me to. I prefer to stay away from that stuff. I don't want that energy coming back to me or my loved ones. I don't want to risk myself or my loved ones. I don't want to put any more negativity out there than what there already is. It's a very serious thing, guys. It's not as simple as getting a free hex and curse and, you know, throwing some shit on a tray and then being done with it. It's not that simple. So anyway, I'm sorry for rambling on. I was trying to find the right words to say. But like I said, if you entered for this on TikTok, if you got this done on TikTok, I'm sorry, but that could not possibly work. It's not possible. It's not even possible to do that many spells at once. Like I said, I don't even know how people do 2 spells at once for 2 different people. I don't even think that's possible, because of how energy works. So if you want justice and the legal system failed you, you're going to have to look for someone else, and you're going to have to pay a pretty penny. So save up and look for a real practitioner, and, you know, have it done right. If it's justified, if someone hurt you really bad and they got away with it, and you want a hex or a curse done, you're going to have to save up money. You're going to have to look for somebody real. That's just the truth of the matter. If you can't do that, if you can't afford it, your best option is to pray. Pray to whoever or whatever you believe in. You can go to Hecate. Maybe go to a crossroads, say a prayer to her, tell her your situation, give her an offering. A lot of the time she will help. I mean, that's pretty much your best option if you can't afford to pay for it, is to pray to whoever you believe in. I mean, you can even pray to God. I've heard of practitioners praying to God, and they ended up getting justice. So yeah, that's what I recommend. I hate seeing stuff like this, people just preying on other people's emotions, their pain, their suffering, making it seem like they're nice and generous and they did this good thing. Yeah, it's all for views. It's not real, guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. Sorry for rambling. I was trying to watch what I say. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel for more. I am currently offering readings on Etsy. I'm not offering services right now, spell work, but I will be soon. So yeah, I hope you have a great day, and thank you for watching this video. Bye.